Hello, my name is Mariana, and today this is a reading for Gemini. So, Gemini, I'm doing your reading as always and as usual with my tarot deck. So, the cards that you'll see are from this deck. Um, and so, Gemini, okay, I'm going to get to the point in a very straightforward way because I feel like you have an incredible psychic gift, meaning that perhaps you have those premonitions or those dreams where you know what is going to happen, in advance. And I feel like this is coming very clearly here. And I want to say that it's almost like guidance saying to you, remember when you had that specific dream or that specific intuition, or it's like go back to a point where you received some sort of very true and simple and strong guidance, right? Because it's like it's almost like you have been prepared, you know, uh, knowing in advance, have been preparing you to this moment where what you have seen is now about to unfold. And I feel like it's almost like from that moment on, when you received that premonition until now, where this is happening, right? And I don't feel like you know exactly when it's going to happen or how it's going to unfold. It's more like just sit down, pay attention, and it's like you will sense how things are unfolding the way that you predicted, the way that you had that feeling that it would, right? And so I feel like it, in your first moment of receiving that information, receiving that intuitive guidance, there could have been a little bit of fear. You know, those moments where, if you have a bad dream and you know that you are really good in predicting things, right? It's like you get scared of your own gift in a sense. And I feel like this is what is going on here. But this is why I feel like this reading is happening for you today, Gemini. It's like, do not get caught up in that part of knowing, right? Knowing in advance. It's like you have this psychic gift for a reason, and that reason is that you will never let yourself just be lowered by the fear, right? Instead, is like pay attention to how good you feel if you have a premonition of your dreams coming true. Yeah, and the good types of dreams. So I feel like there is a lot of self-awareness, but there's also a lot of uh, not necessary, uh, not necessarily like extreme caution, but just like this attention, right? About everything that is going on around you, especially touching your immediate environment, your immediate world. So we're starting off with this beautiful High Priestess, and it's not exactly you. It's almost like this is the extreme, the very open connection that you have established with your higher self, with your psychic gift, with your intuitive abilities. It's like you know that you know a lot. You know that you have access to information that most people aren't aware of, right? It's like you know that you have the ability to touch on things very enigmatic or very mysterious or very inexplicable, but it's like somehow you have that type of privileged information, right? But it's more like it comes, I want to say, in this type of premonitory skill, right? Because with the Eight of Swords coming next, I feel like the way that you have dealt with this gift is almost like you respect it, right? You know the power of it. You know, if this power is not used correctly, you know the consequences of it in a sense. And I feel like that's the thing. It's like your fear is more in terms of respect, right? Like you respect the enormity of the mystery that you see yourself immersed whenever you have those insights or whenever you receive those premonitions, right? So there are things I want to say that might had already happened in your life that they didn't have, you know, the best outcome, but it's almost like you knew that, right? It's like having a bad dream and then the dream, it's manifested, it's realized, right? And I feel like that's the reason why you have so much respect, right, for this kind of knowing. And so again, it is happening, right? Maybe it happened spontaneously and out of your control, you know, back when you were a child or something like that. But this is happening again now, right? And you might have received this sign or this message not long ago, I want to say. It doesn't feel old, but it's almost like from then to where you are now, it's like things are unfolding in a progressive way that, again, you don't have control of. You can only observe, you can only pay attention. But I feel like this time around, unlike the other times where maybe your premonitions were all in a way that they ended up, you know, in a very maybe dramatic way or maybe sad outcome, or however you associate this Eight of Swords with. But with the Nine of Cups coming next, this time I feel like it's different, right? It's different from what you have already experienced from having this gift. I feel like the premonition that maybe you have received, like a piece, right? Or just it's like you don't have the entire whole picture, but you get glimpses of what is about to unfold. And because you have had experiences that didn't end well, it's like you have respect for it. So it's almost like you better not investigate it too much, or you know, you have learned to let it come when it has to come, right? And not, you know, get caught up in that, or you know, at least be too neurotic about it, or too pessimistic about it, or you know, too invested in it. But this time I feel like what is about to unfold, that you have to just sit tight and observe, right? Because you have had only a glimpse of it. Oh no, although it's like it's a very trustworthy thing, right? You know for sure this is reliable, right? This is a piece of information that is not, you know, you cannot find this on Google or whatever. So it is related to something that you have wished for a long time, right? It's like the Nine of Cups talks about wishes and dreams, right? But not the types of dreams that are associated with these premonitions. Perhaps even they are, right? Perhaps you have had good premonitions, but the good premonitions never were realized, right? Only the bad ones. So maybe you are just not believing that the good one that this could be the time for the good dream to be fulfilled, right? To be manifested. And I feel like this is the change. This is the it's almost like tuning into a different channel, right? Tuning into a different frequency. Instead of fearing this gift, it's almost like there is a little bit of excitement. I want to say, you know, in this note of the excitement, I feel like this excitement builds. But okay, so before anything else, these two cards coming next, two major arcana, the World and Judgment, these two cards fell together. But the interesting thing is that this card fell like, you know, I could see this card first, but then this one, the Judgment card, was already on the ground. It's like they turned at the same time. It's just that I saw this card first instead of this. And for me, the meaning of that, because it has a lot of significance, the way that the cards move and shift and express themselves, right? It's also a type of language or a kind of communication that I like to interpret. I feel like it's relevant to the reading. Anyways, so to me, this world card, because, you know, I remember that there was a reading that I don't know which one it was, which sign it was for. I just know that the judgment card was on this side of the world. And the way that I saw this in that reading, not here, Gemini, is that the judgment card was smashing this world open. It's like there was a type of construct that didn't have a place. So there needed to be this very crucial, definite moment of destruction of an old world, an old pattern, an old lifestyle, perhaps. So that's what came through now, right? As this, you know, returning from that old reading. But because the cards for you, Gemini, are in this order, so judgment is coming next, I feel like this is the part where the rebuilding occurs. And this is the shift that I want to say is also here in these two cards. It's almost like you, because of the experiences that you've had with the premonitions that you have received, it's like what you are expecting is for your world to be destroyed, right? You're expecting the Eight of Swords. You are not expecting that your wishes and, you know, the good dreams can be fulfilled with the Nine of Cups. And this is what this shift between these two cards are talking about. So I feel like this is the event. This is, you know, the situation unfolding as you have received signs and synchronicities about, or at least like an insight or an intuition, a strong intuition. So I feel like this is almost like the aftermath, right? It's like there is something that comes to, and I don't want to say change your world, I want to say more like touch your world or affect your world, or it's like shake your world. It's almost like it's not, I don't feel like it's like a huge change, meaning like it's not like, you know, this hammer is going to smash this ball, right? It's not that drastic. I don't feel like. It's more like you know, the way that it's coming through, it's almost like, you know, when you go to the beach, right? And you put a towel over the sand, right? And you just, you know, you use the towel, you sit over it, and, you know, you walk over it. So whenever you're leaving the beach, it's like you have to get your towel and shake it so the sand gets off it. That's what I feel like this is going on. It's like this type of event. It's like this shaking off the sand of your world, if it makes sense. And this judgment coming off, it's like on the other side of this world. I feel like this is the, well, it's associated again with the Nine of Cups. It's like whatever it was that you were waiting, right? Maybe because maybe this premonition, it's almost like you have received this premonition maybe a long time ago, but because it wasn't happening, it's like you dismissed it, right? And then recently, I want to say, it came back as almost like this reassurance or this remembrance of, you know, remember back when you had these hopes and dreams, right? Instead of fearing these hopes and dreams, right? When you were nurturing these hopes and dreams, it's like, remember that is still to occur. It's like it wasn't time yet, right? It's like this last shakeup of your world had to happen before the good part of your life, or the good part of what you have predicted for your life, I want to say, or at least in regards to your immediate surroundings. It's like now is the time, now is the right moment, right? And so it's like this rebuilding, and it's like resurfacing, right? This it's like the return of an old premonition, but it feels like recent. It feels like it's almost like you lost hope that you could predict good things for yourself, right? So ending here with these two cards, it's almost like after the announcement that now the good part will finally manifest, that the best premonitions that were still to unfold, it's like now's the time for them to unfold. These two cards are, it's almost like there is this disbelief, right, that you're sharing with maybe somebody that is close to you, maybe like a confidant, or like somebody that you trust. It's like if this is a very private matter for you, Gemini, where you don't really talk about this gift of yours openly, right? Or at least it's like there aren't many people that would believe in your power anyways, so you don't open up too much, right? You're coming here with the Page of Wands, and then there is this Knight of Cups, which seems to be this maybe an older sibling, or a friend, or maybe I don't know, like somebody that you really, really trust, right? And they trust you. It's almost like they understand, they believe in what you say, right? And I feel like there is, because you're coming as the Page of Wands, I feel like you are, it's almost like you're starting to believe again that your power, you don't have to fear your power, right? You don't have to fear your premonitions. You can trust that the good ones are also going to happen, right? It's like you are starting to believe that this could be really time, it's like time for this to unfold and not for the Eight of Swords to manifest. And I feel like there is this, I want to say like a tiny excitement, right? It's like it's almost like a very shy spark in your eyes, right? It's almost like you don't want to give away that you are having your confidence back, that your gift is extremely powerful, and not only for predicting harmful things, or things that are awful, right? And I don't want to say like for others or for yourself, it really doesn't matter. It's almost like the things that you have experienced before or so far, they have scared you a little bit, so they have created this like kind of distant respect, right? It's like, okay, I know that I receive this, I cannot control this, I have this open channel, but the more I can keep myself away from this, I will. And this is changing, I want to say, and in a subtle way that it doesn't destroy your world. It's like it doesn't it will not clash your entire system, right? It will not break you open. It will be fulfilling. It will be amazing. It will be joyful and blissful, right? And it's like, but because you haven't believed in this, or you haven't even considered the possibility that the good things could occur also, right? Just because of the past experiences, it's like it's like renovating your hopes and wishes, right? It's like remembering those types of premonitions. It's reigniting your soul, or reigniting your possibility to see your dreams coming true, right? See your wishes being fulfilled in a way that you know that you're not alone. You know that you have this one that is there for you, like to share. It's like you don't have to keep this a secret, right? I know this is maybe, it's almost like you don't want to be too excited, or you don't want to get your hopes too high, right? Because you're just watching it unfold. And so it's almost like that you have a lot of power, but it's also like it's not in your hands. So there's not much that you can do other than just see it happen, right? And I want to say this is extremely high of yourself. Sorry. It's like it's yourself being careful enough and cautious enough, but also letting room for the excitement to build, right? And it's like having the support of this one by your side. It's like it's what you need, right? It's exactly what you need to keep this. It's almost like this very tiny little spark of light, right? It's almost like when you're getting that first spark of light, right? So it's like having their company is keeping this light alive, right? Not letting you fall back into the Eight of Swords or back into suspicion or back into distrust, right? It's like they are keeping this small light of hope inside of you alive. So Gemini, this is actually, you know, I'm excited to see what is going to come up in the extended reading for you. So I'm going to pull more cards as well as pull from the astrological runes as a final guidance for you there. So if you want to join me in the extended, I'll be happy to see you. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye!